Welcome to part 1 of HR Metrics Mastery, a simple practical guide to get one started on the metrics that matter most across every HR sub-function. In the next few minutes, we will walk through how to calculate these metrics, why each one matters, and the critical points to check before you trust the number. We will also look at how free AI tools, including Claude AI, can help you calculate these metrics directly from your own spreadsheet data. Here is what we will cover. First, why HR metrics matter. Second, a map of the 7 HR sub-functions this guide covers. Third, the core metrics for each sub-function, including how to calculate them, why they matter, and critical notes to keep in mind. Fourth, how AI can simplify this work. Fifth, free AI tools and ready-to-use Claude AI prompts. And finally, best practices for using AI responsibly with people data. HR metrics translate day-to-day workforce activity into evidence that business leaders can act on. Used well, they connect people decisions to cost, quality, speed, and risk, the same language the rest of the business already speaks. 3 shifts happen when metrics are used well. From opinion to evidence. Metrics replace anecdote with a consistent, repeatable measure that stakeholders can trust and challenge fairly. From activity to outcomes. Counting activity, such as trainings run or roles filled, is not the same as showing impact. Good metrics connect the two. And from reaction to prediction. Tracked over time, the right metrics flag risk, such as rising attrition, early enough for HR to act before it compounds. Like they say, what gets measured can be improved. This guide covers 7 HR sub-functions, each with its own goals and its own core metrics. Talent acquisition covers sourcing, attracting, and hiring talent. Learning and development builds employee skill and capability. Compensation and benefits covers pay, rewards, and total rewards programs. Performance management covers goal setting, reviews, and outcomes. Engagement and retention focuses on motivation and reducing unwanted attrition. HR operations and workforce planning covers headcount data and process efficiency. And diversity, equity, and inclusion covers representation and fair, inclusive practice. Let's start with talent acquisition, and specifically, sourcing and hiring speed. The first metric is time to fill. The number of days from a requisition opening to offer acceptance. It measures recruiting speed and process efficiency, since a long time to fill raises hiring costs and slows business delivery, even leading to loss of revenue and loss of clients for business. Critical note: benchmark by role type and seniority. A senior or niche role naturally takes longer than a high-volume role. The second metric is cost per hire. Internal recruiting costs plus external recruiting costs, divided by total hires. It tracks the financial efficiency of recruiting and supports hiring budget planning. Critical note: include every cost component, agency fees, advertising, referral bonuses, and recruiter time, or the figure understates true cost. Cost per hire when measured against role levels or performance actuals can throw out different level of intelligence insights too. Another metric is to look at time to onboard. So one can look at metrics like position open date to offer rollout date and then to onboarding date. Offer dropouts against a specific role can throw valuable insights. Measure success of TA against recruiters, source of hires and variables used against each of these hiring positions that led to top performance quality and speed efficiency. We shall discuss more on these in details later. Next, offer quality and fit. Offer acceptance rate is offers accepted divided by offers extended, times 100. It signals how competitive your offers and candidate experience are compared with the market. Critical note: a falling rate usually points to pay, process delays, or candidate experience, so investigate the cause, not just the number. Quality of hire is a composite score built from new hire performance, 12-month retention, and manager rating. It confirms recruiting brings in people who succeed, not just people who fill a seat quickly. Critical note: there is no single standard formula, so agree the components with stakeholders before you start tracking it. Moving to learning and development and building workforce capability. Training completion rate is employees who completed training divided by employees enrolled, times 100. It shows program reach and participation, but completion is not the same as learning, so pair it with an assessment or a manager check. Training ROI is the training benefit minus the training cost, divided by training cost, times 100. It justifies the L&D budget by connecting training spend to measurable business value. Critical note: Isolating training's true effect is hard. Use control groups or manager validation where possible. Skill gap closure rate is skill gaps closed divided by skill gaps identified times 100. It tracks whether L&D investment is closing the gaps that matter most to the business. Critical note: this needs a reliable skills baseline. Without one, it becomes guesswork. Additional metrics like Kirkpatrick model helps understand ROI of these training programs. Now compensation and benefits, pay, equity, and rewards. Compa ratio is actual salary divided by the range midpoint times 100. It shows where pay sits against the range, used for pay decisions and budgeting. Critical note: a ratio of 100 is not automatically correct. Review it against performance and tenure, not the number alone. Pay equity ratio compares average pay between two groups in the same role and level. It flags potential pay gaps between groups doing comparable work. Critical note: only compare employees in the same role, level, and location, or the result is misleading. Benefits utilization rate is employees using a benefit divided by eligible employees, times 100. It shows whether benefit spend delivers value and guides future plan design. Critical note: low use can mean poor awareness or a genuinely unwanted benefit. Check the cause before acting. Understanding why attrition is happening in specific roles, teams, or why it is difficult to hire against certain roles, offer dropouts due to external market offering higher compensation can be good market-driven analytics to evaluate and make internal policies and strategy on total rewards more relevant. In a highly competitive world, this is not a good to have but a must-have. Performance management, goals, reviews, and outcomes. Goal achievement rate is goals achieved divided by goals set times 100. It tracks execution against strategic and individual objectives. Critical note: compare goal difficulty across teams. An easy goal set inflates this number. High performer ratio is employees rated high performer divided by employees rated times 100. It indicates the strength of the talent pool and succession readiness. Critical note: watch for rating inflation or a forced distribution that manufactures the ratio. Review completion rate is reviews completed divided by reviews due, times 100. It is a basic process health check. Without completed reviews, no other performance data is reliable. Critical note: on-time completion matters as much as completion itself. A late review loses relevance. Measuring attrition of top performers, or how many people actually moved up performance bands over last attrition, how many top performers moved internally across higher roles successfully, how many low performers in a specific team, etc. All are more insightful metrics that helps get a deep view of actual workings in the specific area. Employee engagement and retention, starting with sentiment and turnover. ENPS is the percentage of promoters, who score 9 or 10, minus the percentage of detractors, who score 0 through 6, on a 0 to 10 scale. It gives a fast pulse on overall employee sentiment and advocacy. Critical note: one number hides variation. Always segment by team, tenure, and manager. Turnover rate is separations divided by average headcount, times 100. It is the headline retention indicator used across most businesses. Critical note: always split voluntary from involuntary turnover. Blending them hides very different causes. Let's take an example. You might see total attrition has gone down over a period in time in an organization. Prima facie, that's a good sig, right? However, if you deep dive, you might see that either of voluntary attrition or involuntary attrition may have gone up. Further analysis may help understand which role, team specific is this change happening and take corrective actions there to help overall improvement at an organization level. Continuing with retention and regretted loss. Retention rate is employees who remained employed for the full period, divided by employees at the period start, times 100. It is the inverse view of turnover, useful for board and workforce planning reports. Critical note: define the period consistently, such as trailing 12 months. Mixing periods makes trends meaningless. Regretted attrition rate is regretted voluntary exits divided by total voluntary exits, times 100. It focuses attention on losing high performers and critical skills, not just any departure. Critical note: this needs a clear, agreed definition of regretted before you start tracking it, or the classification becomes subjective. HR operations and workforce planning, the data backbone of our FTE, or full-time equivalent, is total hours worked divided by standard full-time hours. It is the base unit for workforce planning, budgeting, and most HR ratios. Critical note: Decide once whether contractors and part-timers count, then apply that rule consistently. HR to employee ratio is HR staff divided by total employees supported. It benchmarks HR team capacity and workload against the workforce it supports. Critical note: compare to organizations of similar size and HR service model, not one generic benchmark. Absenteeism rate is days absent divided by available workdays, times 100. It is an early indicator of engagement, workload, or well-being issues. Critical note: separate planned leave from unplanned absence, or the number misses what you actually want to monitor. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Representation that holds up. Diversity representation rate is employees in a given group divided by total employees, times 100, tracked by level. It shows where representation stands today and where the gaps are, by level or function. Critical note: always break down by level. An overall company figure can mask a leadership gap. Diversity hiring rate is hires from a given group divided by total hires, times 100. It shows whether the hiring pipeline is becoming more representative over time. Critical note: track it alongside promotion and retention for the same groups, or hiring gains will not hold. Now let's move to how AI simplifies HR metrics work, moving from a raw spreadsheet export to a calculated, explained metric, without writing a single formula by hand. There are several free tools that can help with this work. Claude AI, at Claude AI, offers chat-based analysis of spreadsheets, formula generation, and written summaries, on a free plan with no credit card required. Google Sheets and Excel offer native formulas for every metric in this guide, free with a Google or Microsoft account. ChatGPT's free tier offers chat-based spreadsheet analysis and formula help. Google Gemini's free tier offers formula assistance directly inside Google Sheets. And Canva's free plan helps turn metric outputs into simple charts and dashboards. Keep in mind that free tiers and their limits change over time, so confirm current details on each provider's site before relying on them for ongoing reporting. Let's take a closer look at Claude AI specifically. You can upload a spreadsheet, CSV or Excel, directly into a chat and ask Claude to calculate a metric. You can ask Claude to explain a formula, check data quality, or write the formula back into spreadsheet syntax. You can use plain English prompts, no scripting or formula expertise required. And it is free to start at Claude AI, with no credit card required to sign up. One critical note here: Claude AI is a productivity accelerator, not a system of record. Keep your official HR data in your HRIS, and use AI as a supporting layer for analysis, formula writing, and first draft reporting, then verify before you present. For people-sensitive data, it's always good to use the paid version of any AI tool and with the permission of your Information Security and Information Technology, Compliance, Departmental Head permission. Masked data without sharing private information of employees could also be considered to ensure data privacy in case of any accidental leakage of information. Here are 5 prompts you can copy and adapt directly. Prompt 1. Using the attached spreadsheet, calculate voluntary turnover rate by department for the last 12 months, show the formula, and flag the department with the highest rate. Prompt 2. From this data, calculate the compa ratio for each employee and flag anyone below 80% of their range midpoint. Prompt 3. Calculate time to fill for each requisition in this file and show the average by job level. Prompt 4. Review this training data and calculate the completion rate by department, listing any department below 70% completion. Prompt 5. Summarize the key HR metrics in this spreadsheet into a one-page executive summary with 3 key takeaways. Key takeaways. When using AI with people data, mask or remove personal identifiers before uploading sensitive employee data where possible. Verify every AI calculated number against a manual formula check or spot sample. Keep a human in the loop for any decision affecting pay, promotion, or employment. Use the same metric definitions and time period every time you report. And treat AI output as a draft for review, not a final report. As for key takeaways, match each metric to the sub-function goal it supports. Define every metric consistently before you start tracking it. Use free AI tools like Claude AI to speed up calculation, not to replace judgment. And review the critical note for a metric before presenting it to leadership. Thank you for going through this video. If you found it helpful, please share it onwards within your teams, colleagues. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel for more. For consulting queries, reach us on hello@talentsparks.com. See you in the next one. Thank you.